this is probably going to be a really important tool for your communication, and that tool is reflecting on what you are going to say. It can be a small sentence or a big paragraph on whatever subject, but you have to understand that before saying something, you need to analyze what you're saying, because that is going to give you a superpower. When you actually talk to a really successful person, he's not gonna go and rant about whatever he or she wants to. That person is gonna slow down his pace, and he is going to take control of the pace of the conversation. That is because they try to keep things in control, and additionally they try to reflect on what they are actually going to say. Why is that important? Because if you're not reflecting on what you're saying, you are going to stutter. You are going to say stuff that is actually not going to make sense, and that nuances are going to come into play. Whenever you go and talk to someone and they're going to be like, they're going to like get a sense of urgency to convey the idea, to convey a point. No, that is not how things go. If you're genuinely a leader, if you're genuinely a person who wants to convince other person to your point of view, you need to just throw away these things. These things don't give you any benefit at all. Most of the biggest examples are, I've noticed this even in really successful people as well. Not really successful, but people like that make music, film artists or whatever. They would stutter. So while having a conversation, even as simple as asking someone about their favorite thing, they're going to stutter. They're going to be like, let's say if I ask someone on what's your favorite electronic device, they're gonna be like, I like my phone because you know how bizarre it is if you don't know how to talk about your favorite thing in a single complete sentence. You know how bizarre that is? How are you going to talk about real issues when you're not gonna be able to talk about your favorite thing? It's just that simple. So first thing first, just take a pause. There's no rush. You know why people think you need to say things quickly? Because they tend to rant about things a lot. They tend to shift themselves away from the main focal point. So if you're saying things that are on point and that don't need you to speak too fast, or that don't need you to convey a lot of information in that, for that just single point, you're gonna talk slowly. You're gonna, not just slowly, you're gonna talk without stuttering, because you don't want to just say stuff. You want to say stuff that have meaning. And most importantly, if you're not stuttering, that meaning is going to be able to transform to other person really easily, because every pause that you are going to take, or every stop in your conversation, is going to be meaningful. There's going to be reasons for your stop, and then you will understand that, okay, that's a superpower. If you don't stutter, that's a superpower. Even if you are saying less, that is going to give you more advantage than anyone else, because people are going to listen to you more. So say things that actually have impact, and don't just rely on your daily nuanced words or sentences, because every single day you would tend to have a conversation about things that don't mean anything. Like, whenever, I know it's kind of a sense of gratitude or sense of just a conversation starter, but people will be like, every single day they'd start a conversation. How you doing? Good. Blah 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 blah. These shouldn't be your go-to conversation starter. If you want to make an impact or leave an impact, use something else. Instead of saying how are you doing, just say something different. Make a compliment, like, hey, you're looking really good today, what have you done today? Like something different that is going to actually be a genuine conversation starter. Don't be just a floating rubbish. So just go deeper into your conversations or whatever you say. And going back to our initial point of stuttering, if you're able to control that thing, you are going to have a really, really different set of impacts. Even if you're doing something remotely simple as, I don't know, X job, even in that case, you're going to have a super advantage over everyone else. I know a lot of people that are in different ranks. So some managers, I know some district and other people. They don't know how to talk. And just think of it this way: if they can get to that stage, but you, on top of those skill sets that you are trying to acquire, or whatever, if you have the communication style or your communication on point, how much of a superpower it is going to be. Just think of it. Because being able to persuade people is the most important thing that a human can do. Think of all the important sectors in this world. They are nothing but a way to persuade people. That's it. And that is only going to happen once. There's lots more to learn, but the first thing is stop saying these pause words or these muttering words and start to take a pause, and then start with a constructive point. And then once you do that, once you stop that stuttering, then start to focus on your communication, making your communication better, bring about good constructive sentences, bring unique sentences, and then give it 1 or month of feedback and work on it. And then once you are through that thing, you'll see within 1 or 2 months your communication have been progressed tremendously. And another thing, talk to people that genuinely have a good communication style. Don't talk to people that don't know how to talk. They're gonna teach you that. They are going to teach you that. If you listen to the people that don't know how to talk, if you listen to people that have no capabilities of teaching you the communication style, or you being influenced by them, that is definitely going to stop, and not just stop your communication betterment, but also negate your progress as well. So take a thought of who you listen to, because that is going to influence your communication as well.